Hello and welcome to this edition of Tour Confidential on Golf.com, presented by FootJoy, the #1 shoe in golf. I'm MARIKA WASHCHYSHYN, filling in for Jessica Marksbury this week, and I am joined in our New York City studios by Golf.com's Peter Bukowski and via Skype, Cameron Morfit from Sports Illustrated. We are just 5 weeks out of the Masters and halfway through the Florida swing, and now we're talking Masters picks. So, Peter, who you got with this amazing talent and show that the guys have been putting on for us so far in Florida?
Well, I think Bubba Watson has to be considered the favorite right now. He was certainly, I think, one of the favorites coming into the last few weeks, but with the way Adam Scott is playing, with the way that he's putting, and he won at Augusta, we finally got to see him do that. If he continues to putt like this, I don't know if there's anyone short of Rory McIlroy suddenly rediscovering how to play on Sunday that is better suited to win at Augusta.
That's a good point. Cam, what about you? What are you thinking heading into, I mean, we got 5 weeks still. There's a lot of golf to be played, but based on what's happened so far in the show at Doral, what are you thinking now?
I'm going to take an absolute flyer here and go with a guy who hasn't been in the mix in a winner's circle for quite some time. I'm going with Phil Mickelson. He actually feels so comfortable at Augusta National, but he looks different this year. He has a really good idea where the ball is going. He has a new coach, of course, in Andrew Getson. And, you know, if Phil can contend at Augusta National, not really having a great idea where he's hitting it, think about what he can do when he does know where he's hitting it. I think Phil Mickelson wins this Masters at age 45.
I love that pick. And, you know, a lot of people in the office will say to me, oh, well, you're definitely going to pick Phil Mickelson or Adam Scott because everybody knows, you know, my sort of fandom there. But my pick is Bubba Watson. He has been on fire so far this year. 3 top 10s in 6 starts. He won 2 weeks ago at the Northern Trust Open. And actually, if you look at the stats, the last time he came solo or T2 at Doral, he went on to win the Masters in 2012 and 2014. So I like those odds. But what I'm more interested in seeing is if there's impending doom for Rory McIlroy after Sunday's performance. He blew a 4-shot lead. Are we witnessing the breaking down of Rory McIlroy?
How many times are we going to ask that question? I mean, this is something that we've gone through before with Rory. We saw him overcome it. He dominated a U.S. Open after we saw him collapse at the British. We saw him collapse at Augusta. His game is so well suited for Augusta National and that golf course, but we see that he doesn't have a problem making birdies and eagles. We see him do that seemingly every week, although we didn't see him do it yesterday. But his problem is the blow-up holes. He'll make double, and all of a sudden his round is thrown off kilter. He's as talented as anyone on tour. I don't have any questions long-term about Rory McIlroy. He's just too talented. Mm-hmm.
Well, Cam, what do you think? Is it this year or is it maybe another couple of years before we see Rory don a green jacket?
I think for Rory McIlroy, the next 5 weeks are really important because he's been put back on his heels a little bit by Jordan Spieth and what he did last year, Jason Day and what he did last year. And you've seen Rory playing a little bit tentatively, not quite sure how to get it done in the heat on Sunday. Lost a lead in Los Angeles, didn't win. Lost a lead yesterday, did not win at Doral right after shaking the hand of Donald Trump. So maybe Trump gave him some bad mojo there. But Rory needs to get back in the winning frame of mind. He won the match play last year, so I think that match play is going to be important for him. I think some of these other tournaments coming up are going to be important for him. He is playing Bay Hill this year. It would be great for him to get a W and to get back in that winning frame of mind so that he's not kind of showing up at Augusta National cold.
Well, we've got the Valspar Championship and the Arnold Palmer Invitational to close out the Florida swing, and then 3 more weeks until we're at Augusta National. So either way, lots of great golf ahead, and we'll look forward to following along with you. So thank you for tuning in to Tour Confidential on Golf.com, presented by FootJoy, the #1 shoe in golf. We'll see you right back here next week.